Hey guys, Steve here, Wilderness 333, and I'm super excited. I've gotten something to work, a DIY project that I got to work today that I'm super excited to show you guys. This is working on that Costco Underquilt. You can buy the Costco throw for $20, and you can turn it into an underquilt that I think can get you down into some pretty low temperatures, whereas, man, the cheapest you're gonna find a good underquilt is 150 bucks. So saving a ton of money. And if you remember a couple of videos ago, I used it, I slept overnight in it, but I had some problems with the suspension. It didn't work as well as I wanted it to, and I found some cheap ways to fix it, so I'm gonna show you how I did it. Here is the underquilt laying underneath my hammock. We've got the Costco down throw right here, and what I did is I bought a little kit from Walmart that had shot cord stoppers in it, as well as these little buttons with a corded loop on them. I'll show you those in a second. The kit was $5 at Walmart. It's there all the time, and what it allowed me to do is essentially, without sewing, put loops on the corners of the underquilt. Here it is. So this, it's a little button that's in there, and it ties off just like you would tie off a pine cone or a penny or a button on the corner of some fabric. I used a slip knot with some cordage and tied it on, and that gave me a loop that I could, sorry, the loop's right here, the loop that is running. Holy cow, I did that wrong. Anyways, the loop should go through here. It went through there. Fascinating, dude. All right, we had a minor blooper there, but I'm gonna leave it in because I think I found out something really cool that would help you if you didn't have these little button stoppers. Here's what was supposed to happen. Here is the button stop, little stopper, and it has a loop attached to it right there. And I tied that in, like I said, like you would with a penny or any sort of toggle. I used a slip knot, and then I could have a loop that I would wrap around the shot cord. However, I messed up on this one, and the loop is right here. And I obviously didn't use it. I formed a loop when I was tying down a security knot on the slip knot. So in other words, you could do that too if you just had some cordage and a penny. You wouldn't need the stopper. Just, you kind of turn over and flip one of those loops out when you're tying down the knot to keep it secure, and it forms your loop. So then what I did is I had a piece 6 feet of shot cord. This is all one piece, and on each end I had a stopper. I ran a loop through this side, a loop through this side, and then I ran it through the carabiner here, and then you have an entire suspension system going through these loops, and you can loosen it and tighten it using these toggles if you want this higher or lower. And I did the exact same thing over here. I took it through the right place on that one. Let's see if I did it on this one. And I took it through the right place on this one. And so you can tighten that and loosen it. It brings it up, and then all you have to do here, you have this gap. Two things. When I get in it, this comes way down. Also, all you got to do is bunch this up like so and tie some cord off around it. Here's what I'm talking about. There's someone in the hammock now, and you can tell that the hammock came down, and so it's not hanging as low. And then I bunched this up and I just tied it off. So you're almost completely, you're not totally sealed. It's not perfect, but there's no longer the gap that there was. You come down and then you bunch that up. It'd work better with a rubber band, maybe even like one of the hair bands that people use. And that will block all of that wind from coming in there in the middle of the night. So let's get in it and give it a shot. Oh! Okay, so I'm in the hammock, and this is working perfectly. Like, I've seen underquilts that don't, like expensive underquilts that don't even do this. But I'm in it, and you can see that the underquilt, the Costco throw, is coming clear up the sides, on both sides. So there is nothing of my body that would be touching the outside without being covered by the underquilt. and that's fantastic. I can stretch out and do this diagonally, and it's going clear past my head, it's past my feet, and seriously, I've seen $150 underquilts that only really cover the under part of you, so your shoulders are straight against the hammock and you're going to lose all of your heat. So I think this is a huge success. Now obviously this is not going to take me down, you know, super cold, but I slept in this with a pad. It wasn't this well fastened, and I got down into the low 20s. So in my last video I had the wool blanket under there. If I combine the two, shoot, I'm going to be unstoppable for a fraction of the cost of what a real underquilt would be. And that's not to knock the real underquilts, but they're going to be a lot more expensive. Dude, this is awesome. I'm so excited. So excited that it worked. And again, you would bunch up those corners to seal that up as much as you can, and there it is. There it is. My whole goal here is to try to figure out ways to use this in the winter and it not be costing me tons and tons of money. Hopefully maybe you could use this. I bought that $5 kit. It was like $5 for the shock cord, and the thing at Costco, those are 20 bucks. Now you could pay 40 for them on Amazon, but they're only 20 at Costco. So man, watching lots of YouTube videos, came up with a system that I love. Okay, so maybe that's helpful. Always fun to succeed on a DIY. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again next time.